What is up, y'all? Hope you're having a good night. Sorry about the lack of videos. I would not recommend opening the aptitude crate for COVID-19. No matter how many times your guildmate tells you that there's precision armoring tools inside, do not open it. It sucks. It's been a little bit over a week since having COVID. I'm still messed up pretty good. So, try my best to not cough through this video and help you guys out with this Umbral shard system that's in place. So I'm gonna go just kind of a quick, brief video of some of the stuff that's going on. They just put another patch into the PTR to change some of the stuff up because there was a little bit of issues. It's why I kind of delayed a little bit. I'm letting you guys know about this, but I am gonna link down in the description below a good website article on the system. It's going to go a little more in depth than I am right now, in case you're curious. It also has two charts. One chart will be how many shards you're basically going to need from 600 to 625 gear score, which because they're going to be increasing the gear score to 625 with the Umbral shard system. And also how many shards you can get from Mutated Dungeons, which is what we're standing in front of right now in the PTR. Depending on what you get for a medal and which level of difficulty you're playing on. Okay, I'm not going to go deep dive into the mutated dungeons yet. I might do that in a separate video. Hopefully, I'm starting to feel better the next couple days and I can get more content out to you guys from the PTR. But this is your mutated dungeon. As long as you've completed it once, you will not require a orb. And every time you go up a level, it gets more difficult. Enemies get different stuff, but you do get better rewards too. Including one thing that I was hoping to touch on, but I don't see in here right now. There are craft mods that were in here the other day. I don't know if they're going to be found in the open world, if they're going to be found just through the dungeons yet. But they are going to be for increased weapon damage, 15% increased damage of certain elemental types on your weapon with a cooldown of 2 seconds, I believe is what it was. And then also reduced damage that you can put in armor. That'll be reduction of damage for void and flame. Can't remember if there might be ice too, which will be really good for PvP if it does work. So that'll be triggered after the first time you get hit. So that first hit somebody does on you will hurt just as hard. The second one should be less for you. So, like I said, I'm not going to dive into too much of the stuff, but these mutated dungeons are really going to be worth running, especially for the extra bonus items that you can get from there with the shards, and then also 3 difficult items you can also get. So, and this is what I was talking about, is the conditioning right here. This is void damage gain 4%, void absorption for 5 seconds after being hit. Each piece with this armor will increase the potency of the effect. So I don't know if you can put it on jewelry, but if you just do the 5 pieces, then you're going to get a 20% void absorption of damage after being hit the first time, which is, like I said, it's going to be great, especially with the meta we're in right now with the freaking Ice Gauntlet, Void Gauntlet meta. So many mages rolling around there. So if you push your gear a little bit more towards the physical side to defend against your great axes and your warhammers, and then go towards the elemental side with these little attributes, could be a good help for PvP. But I'll let you guys make the decision. Just want to make you aware that they were there. So as you go up in the difficulty, like I said, you're going to get more Umbral shards for completing them. And then there's also bronze, silver, and gold. Each level of those will also give you more shards. So to go over the premise of just the general census of what's going on right now, they're going to be increasing the gear score from 600 to 625. Okay, your expertise from 500 to 600 is going to be from your open world drops. So make sure you guys are still doing those chest runs. Your gypsum casts, okay, those are going to be very important. So for my people who already have 590s on all their equipment, all of everything, make sure you guys are going through and getting your casts still. They will apply for that last 10 you're going to need for everything. So myself, I already have I think I'm up to 5 or 6 life staff casts, so that I can go from that 500 to the 600 immediately when this patch happens, which I'm hoping will happen in the next 2 weeks. It's going to be a January patch, so it'll be here before the end of January at the very least. But to guarantee you go from the 590 to 600, you want 10 casts of each, because we all know those last 10 points of all the prestiges and stuff are a little rough. I'm trying to stay away from people being in the picture here. They're usually, so like I didn't have good luck. I ended up doing casts for a few of my last life staff ones, and you're supposed to get a range from 1 to 5. Every single cast I opened was just 1, so I had to go through I think 6 casts plus running chest runs to get it done. So I don't want to take a chance this time. I personally am just going to save up 10 life staff casts, get myself covered, knowing that I'm going to be at 600. Okay, now the Umbral system comes into play at that point. So you see here we have the 600 gear score, or expertise level, 600 gear score weapon. If I was be able to upgrade this with Umbral Shard, which for the first level from 600 to 601 is just 1 shard. As you upgrade the item, it will upgrade your expertise level. So if I upgraded this life staff here from 600 to 601, the item would also go up to 601, but my expertise level would also go up to 601. So it's going to be a cool little system. I like it. Now, there's a couple other ways that you can get this leveled up a little bit, and really the biggest one is going to be for our crafters, because it kind of stinks you're not going to be able to craft a 625 weapon. But every time that you craft a 600 gear score weapon, that weapon, if your expertise is not at 625, your expertise will go up by 1. So if you're crafting life staffs, like my boy Renji's over there, he's pumping out life staffs for me, and we somehow do roll a 600, because it hasn't happened yet in the, I think, 11 I've had him roll so far. Just bad luck. If he does hit a 600, his life staff proficiency for his expertise will go up to 601. So crafters are going to have a good time with it. My armor people are going to really love it, because people pump out armor like crazy. At least in our company, we're constantly crafting armor. So Brogan's going to be up there real quick with her armoring, which is going to be great. So I'm really liking this system. I think it's going to be really fun. You guys are going to need to make mutated tuning orbs in order to get into these dungeons. They did increase it, so I think it's 3 a week now. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. Please do. A little got COVID brain. Yeah, it's bad. But you should be able to get 3 a week. And they're also making it so you guys can trade like the chisels, the corruption shards and stuff to other people. So if you don't want to do the PvE and you want somebody else to do it, or they can make orbs and things like that, feel free. From what I can tell, the orbs are still binding on pickup. So whoever does make the orb itself is going to be the person who has to start the dungeon. I would really love if they would change that someday, but yeah, I don't want to imagine what the dupe would be like on that. You know what I mean? So that's the gist of the system. You're going to have to use that to go to 600 to 625. You're not going to be able to find anything in the world that's going to bump up from 600 to 625. Now, they just changed this today. It's in the PTR notes. Something I'm not very supportive of this change, because I think it's going to make the system a little quicker than it should. But they did do it so that you can now increase. So the charts that I told you I have in a link are not accurate, because they do not have this new update, because nobody's been able to test it yet. It just came out a couple hours ago. But you're going to be able to upgrade weapons that start at 590 to 625. So if you find a 590 or over weapon on the market, or armor, either way, that has the stats you want, you can grind the shards to get you from 590 to 625 with it. I don't like it personally. I think it's a loophole of the system that some people can get around. I am not saying that I am supportive of the 600 rule either. I think that it should be like 598 and above. You should be able to. I just don't like the fact that 590 weapons can be pushed up so high. Unless there is a big Umbral shard from 590 to 600, which I'm really hoping for. Because the whole point was that the legendary up weapons, the ones that you've ground for, the ones you've rolled a bunch for, would be the ones that you could increase. I think it takes a lot out of it. It's going to reduce the value of the 600 weapons on the marketplace, but in turn, it will probably increase any weapon that's 590 or above its value. So take it or leave it. I personally am not a fan. If you guys want to let me know what you think in the comments below, I'd really appreciate it. I know I can't talk much, but I can comment. Just about where I'll leave you guys with the system. Like I said, I know I missed a couple things. That's why I'm giving you guys the links in the description below. Please go check them out. Give it a like. Give my video a like. Subscribe if you guys want to see some better content. There's a lot better content than this, but I want to make sure I got this information out to you guys. It's been a little bit of a 5 day stretch, I think, since my last video, which is just too much for me. So I want to make sure I got you guys something short and sweet that you guys can sink your teeth into. But I appreciate you all watching. Like I said, hit that like button, hit that sub button. I got a lot more content coming, especially once I can start getting these fevers to go away and these coughs to calm down. But peace out. I'll see you guys in the next video.